Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, this video is actually going to be pretty early, but I was doing my math because I'm doing school online now because my school got shut down. So, and I finished, so I figured I should just head over and film for you guys. So, animation month is over. Sad, I know, I'm sorry, but I have to get back to my original content because I have some fans that probably only subscribed or watched this channel for Heartland, Little House on the Prairie, Road to Avonlea, and The Waltons, besides How to Train Your Dragon and the other anime stuff I do. So, again, it's Heartland week because that's after How to Train Your Dragon week, and How to Train Your Dragon week is part of Animation Month, so therefore it's Heartland week. And I thought I would talk about 10 characters that, if they decide to have characters return to Season 10, should be considered, or Season 14, should be considered, because they are filming Season 14 right now, and Ty might die, spoiler alerts. We'll see, I haven't seen it yet, and it'll be available either this winter or next winter, one of the two. Alright, so let's get into this. So, again, 10 characters that will return and potential storyline. And pretty much qualifications, they can't be in this season already, although I did include Caleb and Cass, so, but they have to have been in a season, at least an entire season of Heartland, and if they have returned already, that's fine, because, I mean, they may have returned in an earlier season. Alright, let's get into this. And again, this isn't top 10, this is just 10 characters I think should return. Because top 10 would, I'd be going through all the characters. This one I just picked 10 characters that I know of that are in seasons. So it's kind of like a top 10 video. But not really. Okay, first up I have Mallory. As you know, Mallory was a main character in seasons 1 to 7. Well, yeah, 6. 7, beginning of the season, she pretty much left and followed Jake to Europe. And we do know that in season 10 she returned because she's kind of at a crossroads with her life, do I settle down and marry Jake, or do I continue traveling the world, or go back to my measly life in London? And eventually she does marry Jake, and they drive to Mexico in an RV or something like that. So, if Mallory returned in season 14, what would her potential storyline be? Maybe she decides she's leaving Jake because, as we know, their relationship is weird. And there aren't enough more times than Ty and Amy's, so. And maybe she has kids, or maybe they're back because Mallory's parents are moving and she's there to sell their house. And I did not turn my calculator off. Sorry, guys, one moment. Okay. Yes, so she returns because she's leaving Jake with kids, because she has kids, and she would, well, at least a kid, because it's 4 years later, so she could have a kid, or 2. And when she returns because she's leaving Jake, or because she's selling her parents' house, or maybe she's returning just for a visit. We'll see if she returns. Alright, next up on my list is Ashley Stanton. Ashley Stanton, again, as we know, was a main character up until season 5. She eventually was kind of like the rich girl that's mean, and kept trying to get Ty's attention. Of course, she found Ty was fixed on Amy, and then she gets in with Caleb, and they end up getting married. And then season 5, she gets divorced, or they get divorced. And in season 7, she returns, wanting to get back together with Caleb, but she forgot to mention Andy, and Caleb breaks things off with them. And we don't see her again, partially because Caleb said he didn't want to see her again. So if Ashley were to return, maybe she is married to Andy, maybe she's not, and she wants to get back together with Caleb, except Caleb is married to Cass now, and as we found out in season 13, they are expecting a child, so we would see how that would play out. Or maybe she's back because of a high school reunion. After all, it has been well, as of season 14, it'll be 10 years since Amy graduated high school. So, high school reunion, and then maybe Ashley and Soraya would be returning. Yeah. Alright, next up on my list is Blair, also known as Blair Witch to Heartlandians, or Heartland fans. I'm not sure if they have a title or not. So, Blair, was only really in about 3, maybe 4 episodes of season 4. She was one of the friends Ty met on his road trip. She's also Grant's girlfriend, as far as we know from season 4. And, she eventually, admits to Ty that she has feelings and then she says that Ty led her on even though Ty didn't. And pretty much is part of the reason why Ty and me break up in season 4. So if she were to return 10 years later, either she's married to Grant or, surprise, surprise, they broke up again. And there's actually a lot of reasons why characters return to season for Heartland. Sometimes it's because they need help with their horse, or they're there for a visit, or they're at the crossroads in their life and they return to that place, like Mallory did, where they figure out their life. So, but then again, maybe Blair just wants a relationship with Ty again, but he's married and has a kid. Although he could be dead by this point. If season 14, if he is killed, then maybe a lot of these characters would probably return for the funeral. And they do what they did in season 8 with Ty and Amy's Wayne, where they brought back a bunch of characters that we hadn't seen in quite a while. Namely Soraya and Mrs. Bell and Clint. And brought them back for that one episode. Alright. And next on my list, I already mentioned her, it's Soraya. So Soraya was only a main character for the first 4 seasons. I'm not sure. Last time I watched season 5 quite a while ago. I'm on season 11 as of rewatching. So, comment down below if Soraya is in season 5. I'm not sure. We know that season 4 she graduates and eventually moves to London and pretty much lives there. I think she's in season 5, so yeah, I don't remember. And again, if Soraya was to return, mostly would probably be to see Amy, because we know that she wouldn't be there to visit her mom, because her mom sold Maggie's in season 5 or 6, one of the two, to go be with Soraya in London, because Lou buys it. Or maybe she's back because she wants to do a Maggie's like her mom did or something, but no, she isn't season 5. Soraya isn't season 5 now that I think about it. She isn't season 5 because I remember that Austin was working for Soraya and was working for Maggie's, and he's in that episode that's Grandpa's birthday, so she isn't season 5. Alright, next up is Chase. And we know that just Chase again was only really in the last episode of he was in the last episode of season 3 and part of season 4. So if he were to return, he returned in season 6 with his wife. So if he was to return and maybe he's having a problem with the horse that he can't fix with his bag of tricks, so he asks Amy to fix that horse. And because we know in season 6, him and his wife were expecting a child, so maybe he has his kid or kids with him, because technically as of season 14 he'd been married 8 years. So. Alright, next up is Ahmed. I really hate that guy. Ahmed is in season 7 and 8, and again, one of the main reasons for Ty and Amy taking that break in season 8. Pretty much because he confesses his love for Amy, and she keeps the whole thing a secret, and Ty gets mad at her. So if Ahmed were to return in season 14, there are 2 ways this could go. One, he tries to win over Amy, and then it doesn't work out well, and he ends up being friends with Amy and Ty, and a cute scene with him and Lindy would be actually, that'd be cute. Or he returns because he, again, is having trouble with his horse, and he knows Amy can help her, but Amy refuses to help him, and then he apologizes to her. And she says it's fine, but knowing Ahmed, it probably would be the first one I said. Okay, next up is Caleb and Cass, and I know they are in season 13. But I want them to be in season 14 because we know that they're expecting. So that has to be a major story arc in their character for season 14 because, their characters. Because they can't let that go undone, I guess. Alright, next up is Jesse Stanton. He was in I know he was in one episode of season 1. He might have been in more. Again, it's been a long time since I've seen season 1. And he did return in season 8 to help his mom run the family business, only to find out he was ruining it for Heartland and pretty much everyone else. So if he was to return for season 4, and his mother actually had to straighten him out. So if he was to return for season 14, it might be because... okay, I have to go. Mostly probably because, again, he's taking over the family business, or he has trouble with the horse. Most people probably return because they have trouble with the horse and need Amy to help them. Alright. Second last, we have Victor Whitetail. Victor was in the second last episode in season 2 and one episode in season 3. And he pretty much helped Amy's mom when she was going through hard times, and he helped Amy get back on her feet after Spartan was stolen. And pretty much started the first memorial ride. So, if he was to return, maybe Amy seeks him out because, again, she's having trouble with a horse that she can't fix, which is kind of a little unusual for Amy, but it does happen from time to time. Or he's there because he found something about Amy and about Marion that he thinks the family should know or something. So that's why Victor Whitetail would return, if he was to return. Alright. And last on my list is Shane and Miranda. If Shane and Miranda were to return, well, as we know, Shane and Miranda will end of season 4 to about season 7. Shane, Miranda about to season 5. And Shane is Tim's son and Lou and Amy's half-brother. Miranda is also Tim's ex-girlfriend, Shane's mother. So, as we know, Miranda got married to someone else. So, maybe the whole family returns, and Tim is a little uncomfortable with it because, he would be. Or Shane runs away because he wants to be with his father, and he decides he wants to live with his father. Or he just wants to visit his father. And at that point, we do know that he has a niece, but he was there when Georgie was there, so we know he has 2 nieces, but he doesn't know he has a 3rd niece. Or maybe he does, because maybe Tim keeps him in touch. But we'll see. And we know he has a good relationship with Amy, so that could be part of that too. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this video. And be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment down below which Heartland character you think should return for season 14 and why, and maybe a potential storyline. And stay tuned for tomorrow, where I will be discussing my feelings about season 14, which I've done a few videos in the past about that, but I have to do another one. And again, it's Heartland Week, so stay tuned for Heartland Week videos coming soon. Alright, see everyone. And my camera fell again.